So it's just about 1 p.m. in Calgary on the Sunday, the 20th of July. This is my building, lovely garbage cans. My back alley, and there is St. Vlad's Church, Ukrainian Orthodox Church, St. Vlodomir's, which I can see from my back alley. And let's take a walk by there, shall we? So I'll show you my fun little shortcut as I walk through the neighboring building. And they have a lot of cellular towers there, and I'm hoping that the fiber optics that must be delivered to this building can then be connected to my building, because we don't have any fiber, and I don't see any snowshoes in the back alley either. Okay, let's continue through. So I live on 2nd Avenue. We're now going south towards the river, so the number of avenues will go down. So this is either 1st Avenue or Marsh or McLennan, because it goes 2 Avenue, 1 Avenue, Marsh and McLennan. I'll just kind of go down this boardwalk a little bit. And there's my building. And I'm not going to go down this way. I'm going to go around Holly Park, which is a gorgeous building, and there's a public sidewalk there. So I'm not trespassing on their property when I walk by. It's drizzling a little bit, as you can tell from the sky, but not raining on me yet. I need to go to my post office to mail a package, as well as pick up some registered mail. Please, doggies, read the sign. This is not your area for pet relief. And that's the back entrance to this building. A couple of times I've thought about living here. I don't know what's going on with it. Seems to be in good condition, seems to be a good residence, so hopefully it's well maintained, because it's about as old as my building. So I don't know what's up with the mechanicals and the electricals. So we're walking west towards the Bow River Valley. There's downtown. My friend Dennis lives there. He's quite prominent with the Crescent Heights Community Association, which the neighborhood we're in. Crescent Heights goes all the way over to Edmonton Trail, and then after that it's Bridgeland. So sometimes I say I live in Bridgeland, sometimes I say I live in Crescent Heights, because there's no overlap. That's Discovery Villa, I believe, which is that with that gorgeous view. And Holly Park has this gorgeous view. City Park, City Sidewalk, down we go. The steps are really small. My feet don't fit on them, so I have to turn my feet sideways actually to prevent brushing my heel against the back of the steps. A little bit of cinder block art there. So this park has some unsavory people go through it. Some people who are just plain homeless. And so this building has to put up with that, as all inner city buildings do. Yeah, it's like a little park here. So I've always admired this building. There was once a unit, I think on the 7th floor, counting from up, that was available for rent for $7.50 a month many years ago, but I moved into where I did instead. Could have been a renter from 1996. Instead, I bought into my condo. And it's been a hellish, crappy, bullying, dishonest, crooked board. But I'm facing that this year, aren't I? So, lovely building. Statuesque, really, sitting on the river embankment or escarpment, I'm not sure what the word is, overlooking the east part of downtown. And St. Vladimir is coming up. It's Sunday at 1, so church might be in. I'm not sure the hours. I could handle living here. If I were to leave my dysfunctional building, living here would be great, I think, from the outside. You never know until you get in there and you see what the board is like. If it's apartment, that's fine. Might even be better for me because I cash out, take the equity from my home, put it in my retirement savings, and I'm a renter from then on. You can see how high the river is and how dark it is. So that's endemic of the, emblematic of the amount of rain we've had recently. You can see all the flood mitigation being done, the retaining wall over there. So that bridge with the lions on it is Center Street Bridge, and there's some retaining wall work being done all the way around to prevent flooding. And the sidewalk there, you've seen me do videos from there too, it's called Riverwalk, and it goes all the way from the Peace Bridge in Kensington through downtown. That's the west part of downtown with all the glass and steel. And then the east part of downtown, starting with the Bow Tower, just on the east side of Center Street, which is feeding the property tax for the development that's happening here in East Village. So what they have here is what's called a CRL, or Community Revitalization Levy, where the city makes investments, basically property speculation, in the hopes that the property tax uplift will repay the investment. And part of what they did to make that business case fly is they put the Bow Tower inside that CRL, so the property tax for the Bow Tower would feed the CRL. Unfortunately, COVID happened, and at the same time, the oil and gas industry was becoming much more productive per barrel produced, and so the amount of employment fell. And because of CO2 overload in our atmosphere, the amount of exploration fell as well too. So geologists, engineers, etc., who would be involved in exploration and production and enhanced production lost their jobs, or are telecommuting combination. So there's two parts to Holly Park. I think there's a west part and an east part. All still the same building. Yeah, you can see 300 West and then 300 East, if you can see. Hopefully I'm holding the camera right. So I've known this building is St. Vlad's for decades. I've lived here since 1996. And then this little apartment building, I'm assuming, could be condo. It's really nice. Once I was walking by here looking at it, and there was a woman in very tight spandex clothes looking out her sliding door while running on a treadmill, and she immediately drew her curtains and, sorry, I was just looking at your building, ma'am. Calgary Tower there used to be the tallest tower in the city, and then those two red buildings, one of them was Petro-Canada, which really pissed off Calgarians and Albertans and Westerners, because that used to be the Husky Tower, an oil and gas company based in Calgary. Petro-Canada from Ottawa, the federal petroleum company, put in what they call Red Square with this imported red Italian marble. And then later on the Bow Tower came in and sort of took over as tallest building in the city. That's 66 stories, the Bow. Petro-Canada is 72, but because the Bow has a higher number of feet per floor, or a higher floor pitch, I believe I'm using that term correctly, 66 stories is way taller than 72. Okay, back to St. Vladimir's. That's what you're here for. I see some cars in the parking lot. Maybe church is in. Could be Sunday school as well. I don't know if worship's on Sunday and whether I'm at the right time. A little jog here for the drain. Hopefully this is cleared up. I might put in a 311 ticket for this, because if this is clear, then the water will drain through. We'll see. Oh, Maserati. Hopefully that's not the priest. Some people leaving worship, so I'll just be settled here. Especially because it looks like there's a kid there, so I'm not trying to film people. Yeah, some nice cars in the parking lot. I guess people bring their finest. So if we look here, there you can see the edge of my building, that green olive color building 2 blocks back. And that's Memorial Drive with the trees on it, which was one for every veteran of the First World War. I see people coming out of the church now, so I'm just going to keep my phone over here because I don't want to film them. Yeah, that lady is crossing herself as she's leaving the church, and the last thing I want to do is film her during her prayers. Nice parking job. Lexus. Oh, privilege. Learn how to park, privilege. Yeah, I'm not filming because there's people crossing themselves as they leave the church, as well as people standing by. I can film from here. Yeah, I'm putting my phone down because I don't want to film the people coming out. So there's a little bit of commercial area here at the intersection. In a way, that's Edmonton Trail, southbound, and then on the other block, it's northbound. Here it's called 4th Street. The northbound street there is called Edmonton Trail, and then it joins around 5th or 6th Avenue. So it splits here, and then it hits Memorial, and then there's 2 bridges to get over the Bow River, and there's also an flyover. That's the 5th Avenue flyover, and then further to the east is the LRT bridge, and then further that is St. Patrick's. So yeah, I can't film the church right now. The priest or the father is leaving. I'm not going to do that. And now we're back in the residential area. So these are fairly, I don't know if I think they are new condos that are being built. They've got that blockish look and a number of units for sale. It might be an apartment conversion to condo. I don't think so, though. The structural elements look too new. And then you can see some of these older houses, which may be consolidated by a property owner for redevelopment. Not quite sure. There is an amendment showing on this small, rundown, boarded-up house. Let's see what it is they're going to do there. And this is obviously an old warehouse. I think the front side of it is retail, but the back, who knows what's going on. And let me see what the deadline is for input on this property. Submit comments by May 5th to amend this under the Bridgeline Riverside Area Redevelopment Plan at multiple parcels to allow for an amendment to the residential implementation policy to be exempt from the requirement of 1.25 parking spaces per unit. Okay, so what they're trying to do probably is put up something like that, but not have as much parking because you're so close to downtown and to transit. This is another boarded up, unoccupied building going fallow. This will be nice when this develops. We can put Ukrainians here. They can walk to church. And this is a small little apartment building to my left. 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings facing south at least. Lovely garbage can for their front entrance. Oh, yeah, quite the entrance. I'm guessing this is affordable housing. Could use more of this, but not that ugly. And then another single family home that may be rented out. Another single family home that is in terrible condition. Doesn't smell so good either. Yeah, redevelopment here would be nice. That apartment tower is meeting the height limits of development here along Edmonton Trail, which is a main street to the city. A vacant lot. Don't even know why you need these, but maybe it's to prevent injury if you run around in there. It's almost a garden. Boy, if Noelle learned about this, she'd have fun in this garden, but it's not her building. And then we have a house here that's been converted into, I think, a retail store. No, it's a multi-tenant house. Bud's office furniture, ancient brick building. Whoever owns these is in for a windfall because they can put up something like that or something like that. And then this 1910 brick building is probably protected for historical reasons, but over there, that house that's sort of turned into a garage, sort of retail multi-use, I'm sure that'll be trashed and made into a very valuable asset. I'm going to go this way because I need to go to Luke's, because I have here with my raincoat a parcel to deliver to my friend in Edmonton for his birthday, belated. Sorry, Randall. And pick up a registered mail for me, which I think I know what it is. I'm not going to discuss on camera, but I think I know what it is, and I'll be taking care of it tomorrow. So cameras, of course. Calgary has allowed cannabis, marijuana retail to happen certain distances from schools, etc. And then here's the Women's Center, which is a very active, busy building where a little hostile for men in there. I went to offer that they could perhaps offer women from this community to do some of the trades work that's needed around another business. I won't name their name, but they were looking for a handyman, and I said they could find a very effective tradesperson here, especially women who are coming from Gaza, Ukraine, other refugees. So let's see, that was Meredith Road that I came down. So the Ukrainian church is on Meredith Road. This is Marsh Road. This is another Christian church. Oh, they've got new fencing. Nicely done. Emmanuel Lutheran Church. Yeah, this is fairly new. Before they had hedge and a wooden gate, so good investment, guys. Fresh parging on your concrete as well. Marsh Road is the cul-de-sac, and if you remember, there's that wooden boardwalk that I was going to come down over one more, and this is a cul-de-sac. This is the new building with retail on the first floor that hasn't been occupied yet. There's Luke's Drug Mart, which has been in the building, in the neighborhood for 60 years maybe. People know the family. Luke's have been excellent people in this neighborhood. Retail here isn't being used. There's Shawarma Avenue, owned by the Ahmed family, Ethiopian family. They've been there about 7 years. And I'm going to go to Luke's. This place is being redeveloped. It used to be a diamond store and a bank and multiple personalities. Villa Firenze is part of an excellent Italian store or restaurant. And I'll be jaywalking here, just checking to see how I can do this without getting myself killed, because the traffic is coming from 3 different directions and I can't see the lights. Here we go. So here's Luke's Drug Mart, one of my favorite places. Actually known in the city as a landmark. So when you say, oh, I live just a couple of blocks from Luke's, overlooking Luke's, they know where you live. And so they've got soft serve ice cream here. They've got a coffee shop. They sell really good croissants and baked goods from Citizen Bakery, I think. I'm not going to video while inside there. They sell vinyl records. They sell gelato from Something Gelato, and they have a post office. End of video, 20 minutes.